12 years old, I wanted to be the food critic for the New York Times. That's what I told people. Whenever asked, I said I was going to eat food and write about it. A friend and I had even created a cookbook filled with recipes from kids in our school. I was serious about this. True enough, I knew I wanted to write. But then it dawned on me, I didn't want to write about food all day, and I wasn't really a foodie at heart. I enjoyed Taco Bell and Happy Meals way too much. At a point in my life, when I thought I was done figuring it all out, I realized my journey wasn't going to be that easy. High school can be a lot like that. In the beginning, we're convinced that we're the world's next professional volleyball player, or an international rock star. Our dreams are so large, and we have no idea how to obtain them. And that's what high school is for, to weed out all the things you thought you wanted in 8th grade and discover what you truly want to be. In fact, before I was going to be a food critic, I wanted to be a dolphin trainer. But then we grow up. The experience of high school is all about being under construction, building who we are over the years, and setting a foundation for life. As we all know, the building behind me, lined with construction tape and surrounded by heavy machinery, is undergoing one of the biggest changes of all. We were the last class to see this high school before it started its facelift. We endured the third world hallway, where poor insulation allowed temperatures to reach 90 degrees in the fall and Arctic lows in the winter. We were once the 9th grade class who finally memorized the shortcuts to classes seemingly located miles away from each other. We were the class that as soon as we became comfortable with the place we called school, we had to get comfortable with something else, bulldozers and hard hats. Freshman year, we began hearing rumors of plans of a visionary new high school, a place so technically advanced that robots would do our homework. The blueprints to the new building were being created, much like we were drawing the blueprints to our own lives, a mere plan for the grand scheme. I remember discussing our educational must-haves, plasma screen TVs, CEO-worthy plush chairs, and of course, gourmet school lunches. This was back when it was cool to be excited about things, when our imaginations ran a little wild. By the time junior year came around, things started to come together. It was a tough year. Stressful days outweighed easygoing ones. But it was also a time where the construction and the path of our lives were becoming more clear. Drywall was being put in place, and we knew that a bright future for our school was to come. But just like our decisions for after high school, we were nervous for the results. That year was filled with noisy drills during physics and wrecking balls that had somehow managed to hit our lunchroom. But as we dealt with whole hallways being blocked off and men in bright orange vests walking amongst us, we knew that it was part of the struggle, just like ACTs, our GPAs, and college visits. It was a year of confusion and doubt, a year of realizing the change that was about to take place in our lives. It was a wake-up call. Finally, we've reached senior year, and like us, the building is only partly finished. Sorry. The first time we all saw our new student center, we stared in awe. Plasma screens were a reality. And instead of conversations at lunch, we all watched ESPN while devouring our mashed potato bowls. But like the school, we are works in progress. We are people preparing to live on our own and go off to college, the military, trade school, or a career. And we realize that this isn't the end of the road. We have a whole life to live. Behind the construction tape and past the do not enter signs, there lies the rest of our future. Our personal construction isn't even close to done. The finishing touches will be made in our years following, just like the school. I want to say to my senior class that we should never give up on what we want most, and we should be so proud of how far we've come. We should be ecstatic that we weren't scared off by Dean Bloomgren, or killed with kindness by Mrs. Kuharski, or that we made it through without being executed for turning in our library books late, or not using proper grammar in Cluse's writing class. But even though we changed, the past remains a part of us. Going back to when I was 12 years old, I watched as my batch of brownies came out charred, a sign that being a food critic wasn't right for me. Still, I realize a part of me will always be that food critic bound girl, just like a part of me will always be a part of the old high school. And the new school behind us will also continue to change, becoming a part of future generations. I want to say thank you to all my 2013 classmates and the teachers who have brought us this far. Together, we are becoming the people we really want to be. Just like the bricks of this school, we have cemented together as a whole. We are strong and ready to face the world ahead of us.